Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad ANIQ bin Muhammad NAZLI.
My name is AZAMMIER.
And I am RUSYDAN.
I am MEOR.
And this is a group presentation video about the sound devices and tones of Sonnet 73 by William Shakespeare. Without further ado, let's begin.
Hello again. Here is an overview on what will be presented in this video presentation today. There's introduction to the sonnet, the sound devices of the sonnet, as well as the tones of the sonnet. Well then, let's begin with the first part of the presentation. Hello, here is the introduction to the sonnet. Sonnet 73 is part of Shakespeare's collection of 154 sonnets, particularly belonging to the Fair Use sequence, dedicated to an unnamed young man. These sonnets are known for their passionate romanticism and vivid imagery. Sonnet 73 specifically reflects on the inevitability of growing older, directed towards this cherished friend. Following the structure of a Shakespearean sonnet, Sonnet 73 consists of 3 quatrains and a final rhyming couplet, using the ABAB, CD, EFEF, GG rhyme scheme and iambic pentameter. The poem delves into the thoughts of the speaker about aging, mostly introspective and contemplative. However, it concludes by directly addressing the unnamed young man, emphasizing the importance of their relationship in the face of mortality. That's all for the introduction to the sonnet. Now continuing on with RUSYDAN and ANIQ with sound devices of the sonnet.
So thank you Azam for the introduction that you made, and my name is RUSYDAN.
And my name is ANIQ.
So both of us gonna talk about the sound devices of the sonnet. Devices, I'm gonna read the line 1 until 4. That time of year thou mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves on none or few do hang. Upon those boughs we shake against the cold, barren choirs where late sweet bird sings. In this line, Shakespeare used various sound techniques to convey the passage of time. He creates a sonic landscape using alliteration, assonance, and consonants that mirrors the visual of fading leaves and bare branch, enriching the auditory experience. Repeating the certain consonants and vowel sounds enhance the rhythm, like in phrases such as time of year, yellow leaves, and boughs. Moreover, he employs sounds that match sensory imagery of winter or summer, adding richness and musicality to the lines. For instance, words like shake create a jolting effect, while choirs emphasize sensory perception. Continuing to line 5 until 8. In me thou seest the twilight of such day, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death, second self, that seals up all in rest. In this line, Shakespeare employs sound techniques to depict the vanishing daylight and the depending darkness. Alliteration, assurance, and consonants are used to deliberately to create a soundscape that mimics the sun setting and onset of dawn. The consonant sounds in twilight and faded create a sense of gradual slowing, while the vowels in day, away, and self at a melodic quality. Additionally, words like black and silks evoke feelings associated with mortality and finality after death. These sound devices, coupled with the structured iambic pentameter, vividly illustrate the fleeting nature of humans' life as it nears its end with the approaching night. So I'm gonna give this slide to ANIQ, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, RUSYDAN. Moving on to line 9 to 12. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed whereon it must aspire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. In these lines, Shakespeare employs his technique to mirror the imagery of a fading fire. It diminishing of an eventual end through alliteration, assonance, and consonants. He creates a musicality that echoes the imagery of an aging flame dwindling like a candle over the remnant of youth. The repeated consonant sound in words like glowing ashes, aspire, and nourished symbolize the gradual decline and eventual extinction of the fire vitality. Meanwhile, the vowel sound in fire, light, and nourished convey a sense of fading energy, reflecting the waning power of the embers. What like a deathbed consumed at a touch of morbidity, hinting not just at the fire demands but also the inevitability of death for all humans. This sound device, coupled with a rhythmic iambic pentameter, emphasizes the fleeting nature of existence and vividly illustrates the image of the dying light. Continuing on line 13 to 14, this thou perceives which make they love more strong. To love that well which thou must live very long. In this closing line, the poet used sound techniques to emphasize that love is never at its peak when parting occurs. The rhythm created by consonant and vowel sound in words like perceives, love, and live. The poet signifies the separation is poignant and signifies a deep connection in love. The gentle consonants and assonance in perseverance and love create a soft resonance that underscore the significance of departure. Furthermore, the strengthened iambic pentameter heightens the gravity of the message, conveying the depth of human emotion about the fleeting nature of relationship and life itself. The verse is adorned with these sound devices that amplify the emotional complexity of conflicting feelings, strengthened by the awareness of the temporary existence. That's all from me. Moving on to MEOR and Azam for tones of the sonnet.
Thank you, ANIQ and RUSYDAN. Hello, my name is MEOR,
And my name is AZAMMIER.
and this is the final part of our video presentation, which is the tones of the sonnets. Let's begin. Lines 1 to 4. That time of year thou mightst in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Barren choirs where late the sweet birds sang. Shakespeare conveys a mix of sadness, self-reflection, and emptiness. The sadness comes through in the description of wilting leaves and sparse branches, hinting at an upcoming loss. There is also a reflective tone as the speaker connects nature's changes to their own thoughts. Furthermore, a feeling of emptiness emerges as lively choirs are now in ruins, representing lost vitality. These tones combine to paint a moving picture of seasonal shifts and the fleeting beauty of life, prompting contemplation of its temporary nature. Continuing lines 5 to 8. In me thou seest the twilight of such day, as after sunset faded in the west, which by and by black night doth take away that second self that seals up all in rest. The lines in the sonnet convey a sense of reflection, inevitability, and seriousness. The speaker reflects on the twilight, likening it to a life-fleeting moment, which prompts deep thinking. There's an emphasis on the inevitability of life's end, moving from twilight to the enveloping darkness of night, symbolizing the natural progression toward death. Additionally, there's a solemn feeling portrayed in the mention of death's second self, suggesting a serene conclusion. These tones blend together to create a powerful depiction of life's temporary nature, the certainty of mortality, and tranquil acceptance found in the cycle of existence. Let's proceed to lines 9 to 12. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed whereon it must expire, consumed with that wish it was nourished by. The lines convey a sense of contemplation, metaphorical acceptance, and a deep understanding. The speaker reflects on the fading vitality, comparing it to a dwindling fire, prompting thoughts about life's unavoidable changes. There's a metaphorical acceptance, likening the fading fire to a deathbed where its end is inevitable. Additionally, there's a poignant acceptance, depicted as the fire is consumed by what once fueled it, symbolizing life's natural progression and eventual decline. These tones blend together to create a touching portrayal and life's temporary vitality, the acknowledgement of its inevitable phases, and the poignant beauty found in life's cyclical journey. Now, I will give the last part to Azam.
Thank you, MEOR. To continue on with tones of the sonnet, I will be reading lines 13 and 14. This thou perseverest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must leave are long. In this closing lines, tones of resigned acknowledgement and bittersweet affection prevail. The tone carries a sense of resigned acknowledgement as the speaker acknowledges that the listener perceives the fleeting nature of their bond, which paradoxically intensifies their love. There's a bittersweet affection embedded in the understanding that loving something deeply while knowing its inevitable departure strengthens the depth of the affection. This blend of tones encapsulate a poignant acceptance of life's transient nature and the profound, albeit fleeting beauty found within cherished relationship. Well, that's the end of part 3.
Well, that's the end of our video presentation.
We hope it was enjoyable to watch.
We hope what we share has made it easier for you to understand the sonnet.
And that's the end. Goodbye.